So the title of this video is Self-Respect, and I feel like I've wanted to make this type of video since the beginning of this journey, but I've always put it on hold, and it was because I never felt like it was the perfect time, um, I never felt that I was confident enough to make a video on self-respect. But I feel like from yesterday, I feel like this is something that I have to address for myself. Something about self-respect and setting boundaries. So I want to talk about what happened a couple days back. So a couple days back, I'm I wrote a couple things in my notes. So a couple days back, I met these people that I knew from my childhood, um, that I haven't seen in quite a while. And while I was talking with them, I felt disrespected, especially by one individual. And I realized it was quite obvious that this individual did not have any respect towards me. Um, and in a way, he didn't really body check me. He kind of moved me away physically, like kind of shoved me in a way. Um, and like at that moment, I felt like, yo, what does this guy have against me? Like, but I didn't say anything in response. Now, what I should have said was like, yo, are we good? Or, hey, don't do that to me. Like, I should have set my boundaries, but I didn't, which is why I'm making this video. And at one point, like, while I was talking with these people, he even made fun of me for asking questions, which is where I stepped in. I said, no, like, what's wrong? Like, I'm genuinely interested. But at that moment, I realized, like, because he was the one I was actually asking questions to. And what I realized is, like, why should I pay attention or even care to please someone who I know doesn't really mess with me in the beginning? Like, why should I provide him my time? Because what I realize is some people are just not worth your energy or time. Um, so even after the event, like, I know this is quite nitpicky, but I couldn't stop thinking about those moments and my interactions with that man. Like, I kept thinking about, why didn't I do anything when he kind of shoved me? Like, I should have done something, but I didn't. Maybe it was because I was afraid um, of judgment or something. I'm not too sure. That's why I'm digging deeper to that, um, to what happened. But I was glad that even after the event, he had the audacity to kind of like ask me, do you want to hang out? Um, which I respectfully said, no, I have other things to do. I have responsibilities. And I think that response kind of proved to myself that I still had some self-respect at least. So this is why I'm talking about the video. I feel like self-respect can boil down to several things, such as understanding your own boundaries, prioritizing your own space, saying no to several things, and being confident in the things that you do. If you truly believe that the things you do are truly good for you and good for society, I feel like no one should try and bring that down. Um, it's also less about how others view you, but more about how you treat yourself. And there's been a lot of things that happened in this last year for me. And towards the end of the year, what I realized is not everyone around you will be good for you. And as someone who's always like a people pleaser, I learned that some people will kind of take away your energy. Some will crumple it up. Some will try and drag you down and make you feel sorry for yourself. But sometimes we can't help but stay with these people. Why, you might ask? Perhaps because we are afraid of judgment. We see these people as those who have high status. We don't feel like we're in place and we're afraid of feeling out of place if we sort of leave these people, you know? And I feel like this is a big problem. Even in my life alone, I'm still afraid of those things which I just mentioned. But I realized that once you know your own self-worth, once you realize that you're so much more than how people see you, or so much more than how others think about you, like you realize you're just so much more special than this external validation, and you don't have to put up a performance for others, you know, that it's okay to stay true to what you think allows you to be your best authentic self. That's what truly matters. And I feel like self-respect goes beyond not caring about how others view you, and also protecting your own energy through setting boundaries. But it's also about how you treat yourself from day to day. Like, are you keeping track of your own mental health? Are you taking adequate sleep? Are you taking enough breaks? Are you sleeping well? Are you kind of caring about your own hygiene? Because really, self-respect is about performing at your best self, even when no one else is looking. You know, kind of, you don't need to perform for an audience. What you really need to perform for is yourself, and that's what matters. Thank you.